So this is Brad's video. We're rolling, and the first thing we want to talk about is the positioning of this left hand here. It's going to be, we want some air in there. See where the crease of my thumb is. It's also backwards. It's so hard to remember this stuff. So this right here is not right up against the neck like that, right? We want a little air in there. We want to use kind of this part of our thumb is going to be touching the back of the neck, like kind of so, and we're going to be, this thumb is going to be located about where that nut is. This is the nut right there. So we're right there. That way, when we do these chords, we have a reference point. If we move around all the time, we don't have any kind of reference point. So that's going to give us our reference point for playing in this open position. Now, if you notice, my fingers, just when they come up here naturally, they're at a kind of a 45-degree angle. I can't, it's backwards, a mirror image. So they're not like perfectly like this, okay? And so to do this, I have to twist my arm in here. I want it to be relaxed. So when I relax and do this, my arm is kind of at an angle. It's not perfectly up right like this. I'm going to grab the guitar like this, and then I'm going to squeeze, and my power is going to come from the forearm right here when I squeeze between the thumb and these fingers. So if I lay these fingers flat and keep my thumb where it's supposed to be here and squeeze, I can feel the guitar, what I call the guitar muscle, right in the middle of that forearm. Like I said, Arnold, eat your heart out. Okay. And then I'm going to go, when I put a chord on, we learned the A chord. And you notice those fingernails are still kind of pointing at the 45-degree angle. Here they still are, aren't they? They're not like this, right? And what do I have to do to get them like that? I have to screw my arm up and twist it. I want a relaxed arm. So there I go. And that's the C chord with a flat G string. And then an A chord sounds like this. I'm just strumming here, playing each one separately. And if you're not clean, don't worry about it. I just want you to learn these shapes. Alright, and then we went to a D chord. That's starting on the 4th string. They tell you. They tell you not to. So we're going to not hit those 1st, 5th, and 6th and 5th strings. Remember, it's counted like this. Whoops. 1st string, 2nd string, 3rd string, 4th string, 5th string. So from 1 to 6, from the high E string in terms of pitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. Then we're going to do that D chord. Sounds like this. Kind of like that. See, I can't even get it without music. This guitar deck is thin, so I don't play it live anymore. And then the E. G chord, and the A minor, and the E minor, which notices doesn't have the 1st finger in there, and if I put that 1st finger down there, 1st fret, 3rd string, that's an E major chord. With it off, it's the saddest of all chords. And then, okay, so what is the spider? We want to do a rest stroke with our right hand, and then we're just going to do this. We want to do it eventually on all the strings, and one finger, we want to get our left hand in the proper spot again, with the top of the thumb somewhere around that nut, and then we want to go rest stroke. Finger, fret, 2nd fret, 2nd finger, 2nd fret, 3rd finger, 3rd fret, 4th finger, 4th fret, and then back down. I will always start with the open string and end with the open string. So now I'm going to do the 5th string. Rest stroke from the 5th to the 4th string. I'm resting on the 4th string. This will teach your pick in your right hand to be limited in motion, as much as it needs. Alright, and keep you from doing flailing stuff here. Now when we strum, we're going to do that guitar as drum exercise too. We want to do that spider all 6 strings. Once again, by the time we get to this E string here, we've already kind of learned with his right hand about how far our pick is moving. We want to keep it kind of that distance, even though we have nothing to rest on. And then every other string has a rest. All right, so then when we do the strumming exercise, we're going to lay our fingers flat. It doesn't have to be down here, just anywhere, wherever it's comfortable, and flat on the string so that we have the world's worst chord. Every string is muted, right? There's no, if we press down, it's going to sound like this. You'll hear some notes coming out. We don't want that. We want, you're holding it too tight if you're doing that. So then we want this. And then our right hand is just going to take the pick and make sure we're holding the pick correctly with the right angle there. And we want to go down, up, down, up. So we want to go. And our wrist is going to be flexible, keeping it from stiff like this all the way from the elbow. It's just, the wrist is like a shock absorber to keep that pick from coming out of your hand. And if we learn just that much for next week, I'd be happy. And then eventually guitarist drum can just go in. So it's like you talked about the djembe. So there you go. It's guitarist drum. But all we need for this week is this.
Gabriella. Rico and Gabriella. Did you ever hear that?
No.
Spanish guitar. You should check that out. She goes off.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's just a simple. So that way we don't have to concentrate on holding a chord, or anything like that. We're just concentrating. We're deadening the strings, and we're just concentrating on the right hand, keeping it relaxed, using some wrist. Coming from the elbow, but using some wrist. And that's how we're going to get our rhythm eventually. And almost everything can be played with down-up strum. And that should do it.